Welcome to The Explainer. So, we hear a ton of buzz about vitamin C for our immune system, right? Or vitamin D for our mood. But today, we're focusing on an absolute biological powerhouse that rarely gets the credit it actually deserves. I'm talking about the body's ultimate unsung hero, vitamin K.
To really grasp why it's such a hero, just think about this for a second. What actually stops a simple paper cut from turning into a full-blown medical emergency? We totally take it for granted, don't we? You get a tiny scrape, you bleed for a minute, and then, boom, it magically stops. But here's the thing, it's not magic. It is a highly orchestrated emergency response system happening right inside your veins. And without our internal first responder, that tiny everyday paper cut, it would be a very real, very terrifying danger.
Here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll meet the clotting vitamin. Then look at how your body actually clots. After that, we'll dive into the best natural food sources, cover a really crucial warfarin interaction warning, and wrap up with your daily vitamin needs. All right, let's jump right into section 1. Meet the clotting vitamin, the hero's identity. So what's kind of funny is how many aliases this one nutrient actually has. If you're scanning health articles or looking at supplement labels, it's super easy to get confused. You'll see things like Phylloquinone, which is K1. Then there's Menaquinone, also known as K2, and Menaquinone, or K3. But hey, don't let the complex science vocab trip you up. Whether it's K1, K2, or K3, they're all part of the exact same crucial family. Now, vitamin K is a fat-soluble vitamin, and that's a really important detail. It means your body stores it away for when it's needed, rather than just flushing it out right away. And it doesn't just sit in one spot, either. Your body strategically stashes vitamin K in your liver, your brain, your heart, your pancreas, and even your bones. It's literally like stashing vital emergency supplies all throughout a city. Moving on to section 2, how your body clots, the superpower. To fully understand this superpower, we need to talk about the specific tools your body uses, known as clotting factors. These are specific proteins manufactured by your liver that cause your blood to clot. Think of your liver as this massive, bustling manufacturing plant. Its main job here is to build these specific proteins that just circulate in your bloodstream, constantly waiting for a breach in the system, like a cut or a scrape. When a breach happens, these proteins instantly link together to form a seal. But here's the catch. That liver factory, it can't just build these proteins out of thin air. It needs a very specific raw material.
And that raw material is vitamin K. In a liver that's operating with a healthy supply of it, the body successfully pumps out clotting factors, specifically factors 2, 7, 9, and 10. These are the crucial proteins that basically jump into action and save your life when you get injured. But let's look at the flip side. A liver operating without vitamin K, the blood completely fails to clot. The whole assembly line just shuts down. That simple paper cut we talked about, it literally just keeps bleeding. This is exactly why vitamin K is officially known in the medical world as the clotting vitamin. It is absolutely 100% essential to your survival.
But wait, it's not a one-trick pony. This vitamin actually has a secondary superpower. Some studies suggest that vitamin K helps maintain strong bones in older adults. Remember how we mentioned earlier that it's stored in your bones? Well, it's highly active there too. So it isn't just patching up surface injuries, it's also working hard behind the scenes to maintain the internal structural integrity of your body as you age. Okay, section 3, best natural food sources, the hero's origins. So where do we get it? Well, the absolute best way to hit your daily requirement is right from your plate, specifically through whole foods. And you're going to notice a very clear theme here. It is incredibly green. We are talking about leafy greens like kale, spinach, collards, and Swiss chard. Basically, if it's a dark leafy green, it is a total goldmine for vitamin K. Then we have the cruciferous veggies like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage. Now, if you aren't a massive vegetable fan, don't panic. You can definitely find smaller amounts in things like fish, liver, meat, eggs, and even some cereals. But really, to stock up those internal emergency supplies effectively, you're going to want to eat your greens. Now here is a fascinating plot twist for you. The bacteria in your lower intestinal tract actually manufacture vitamin K too. Seriously, you have a secondary built-in factory. The microscopic organisms living in your gut are actively helping to keep you safe from bleeding by producing their own supply of this vitamin. It's just a brilliant, symbiotic relationship happening right inside your own digestive system. Let's dive into section 4, the warfarin interaction warning, deficiencies, and kryptonite. So while an actual vitamin K deficiency is super rare in healthy individuals, there are specific situations that act as its kryptonite. Let's walk through this dangerous chain reaction. When you take long-term antibiotics for an infection, they don't just target the bad bugs making you sick. They also wipe out the good intestinal bacteria. Yep, those exact same microscopic helpers we just learned about. And because that internal factory gets shut down, your vitamin K production drops significantly. If your body also isn't properly absorbing it from your diet to make up the difference, that drop can lead to a real deficiency. The end result? You become much more prone to severe bruising and dangerous bleeding. But there's another major, literally life-saving warning we need to discuss. If you are taking the blood-thinning medicine warfarin, which you might know by the brand name Coumadin, you absolutely must carefully monitor your vitamin K intake. Warfarin is prescribed to thin the blood and prevent dangerous clots, like the ones that cause heart attacks or strokes. But what does vitamin K do? It specifically promotes clotting, so they do the exact opposite things. They are essentially playing a high-stakes biological tug-of-war right inside your bloodstream. Because of this intense interaction, medical experts have a very strict rule for warfarin users. They state, it is important for you to keep vitamin K levels in your blood constant on a day-to-day basis. Why constant? Well, because sudden changes in what you eat can totally alter the medicine's effect. If you normally don't eat greens and then suddenly chow down on a massive bowl of kale, you're flooding your system with vitamin K. That can overpower the warfarin and literally stop the medicine from working. On the flip side, if you usually eat lots of greens and suddenly stop, your blood thinner might start working a little too well. So it's not about avoiding vitamin K entirely. It's about eating the exact same amount every single day. Consistency is your absolute best friend here. And of course, always consult your healthcare provider to monitor your specific intake. All right, our final section, your daily vitamin needs, the daily dose. When we look at the dietary reference intakes developed by the national academies, the scale of our biological demand becomes super clear. Infants up to 6 months old, they only need a tiny 2.0 micrograms per day. But as we grow, our body's demand for this clotting factor shoots right up. Kids aged 1 to 3 need 30 micrograms. Adolescents bump up to 75. And for adults 19 and older, females need 90 micrograms a day and males need 120. Now, since we know that dark leafy greens are absolutely packed to the brim with this stuff, hitting that 90 or 120 microgram mark is highly achievable with just a balanced diet.
Which brings us to a final thought to wrap up today's explainer. Are you feeding your body's first responders today? Just think about that the next time you're planning a meal. Tossing a handful of spinach into your morning eggs or having a side of roasted Brussels sprouts with dinner. It isn't just about trying to eat healthier. You're actively supplying your internal emergency response team with the precise tools they need to keep you safe, keep your bones strong, and keep your blood clotting exactly the way it should. Thank you so much for exploring this fascinating topic with me, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.